rapid fire. Welcome to Completely Booked,
the official holiday podcast of the Jacksonville Public Library.
I'm Hurley.
And I am Jenna.
I think this is our most famous guest yet, don't you?
Yes. I mean, we've had someone on the podcast who cooks for Oprah, someone who is friends with Bill Gates, but I would definitely say this is our most famous guest.
Yes. You probably know him as someone who maybe comes to your home once a year, down the chimney. You've probably left him milk and cookies at some point, maybe a carrot for his reindeer friend if you've been kind enough to do so.
He appreciates that,
He
told us.
does. His name is Santa Claus.
That's right, folks. We have old Saint Nick on the podcast today. Oh, and Merry Christmas Eve, by the way.
Yes, that is today.
Yes. Hurley and I are working overtime, obviously.
Yes, don't tell anyone, but we're here in the library on Christmas Eve because we just care about the library that much.
We do. And Saint Nick is here and has a couple pro tips for all the kids out there.
Yeah, we had a quick conversation with him. He's a busy guy, as you know. I mean, this is his busy season. I think in January he's probably going to take a vacation, but maybe Hawaii, I think. I don't know. He's done Hawaii to death, so he'll probably go somewhere new this year. But I know he's looking forward to that, but we wanted to catch up with him briefly, talk to him about some of his favorite reads, too.
Right. So, without further ado, guys, the man, the myth, the legend, Santa! Santa, thanks so much for joining us today on Completely Booked.
Thanks for having me, Jenna.
We know you're a busy man this time of year, so we really appreciate your time.
Oh, no problem. I have to be quick, though, because my ride's waiting for me up on the roof.
Your ride? Did you take the sleigh and the reindeer here, Santa?
I did. You know it's the fastest way to travel to Jacksonville from the North Pole.
Oh, yeah, that's got to be a heck of a trip.
It really takes no time at all.
Oh, really?
I mean, think about it. I have to make it to every house on the planet in one night. I need a quick way of getting around, and the only thing faster than reindeer travel is teleportation.
Well, it's not really every house. I mean, only the houses of people who've been good this year.
That definitely eliminates some houses, but I still have to be quick. I've been providing overnight delivery for centuries now, long before Jeff Bezos was even a speck on the radar.
That's a good point. Now, Santa, have you noticed an uptick in the number of good kids this year?
It's hard to say right now. I don't designate the good kids and bad kids until December 24th.
Why is that?
Well, because I have to give the kids a fighting chance to prove if they're ultimately good or bad before Christmas.
Oh, that makes sense. So, Santa, let's talk about the coal you put in the bad kids' stockings. Is it clean coal?
Well, that's a great question, Hurley. Really, it depends on how bad the kid was. If the kid slacked off every now and then, maybe they were rude to their mom or didn't turn in their science fair project on time, I might give that kid a more environmentally sound option.
What about the kids who were worse this year, though?
Well, if the kid was a real booger, and I'm talking cheating at kickball, neglecting to feed their cat, stealing sandwiches from lunchboxes, that kid's not getting any clean coal. No, sir, that kid's getting a lump of filthy coal.
Well, not to brag, but I've never gotten any coal from you.
Me neither.
Well, ladies, there's a first time for everything. Don't hold your breath.
Yeah, right. It's not happening this year.
Jenna, I think he's serious.
Oh.
Anyway, Santa, this is a library podcast, so we'd love to know about some of your favorite books.
Oh, I love to read. Here's a tip to the kids. If you love to read too, you'll have a much better chance on being on my nice list.
No, pro tip from Santa. You heard it here first, kids.
And I have so many favorite books. I'm a big John Grisham fan. I love The Firm and The Reckoning. And not to be cliche, but my favorite Grisham novel was probably Skipping Christmas.
Oh, isn't that the one that became the movie Christmas with the Cranks?
That's the one, but I hated that movie.
Oh, I take it you're not a Tim Allen fan, right?
No, not at all. And I certainly don't appreciate those terrible Santa movies he did a few years ago. His interpretation of my work was terrible. Let's just say that Tim Allen has enough coal in his stocking to operate a mile-long train.
Ugh, yikes. Well, all right, enough about Tim Allen. What are some of your other favorite reads?
Do you want to know what my biggest guilty pleasure reading is?
Duh.
Of course.
I can't get enough of the Goosebumps series. R.L. Stine is probably my favorite author of all time. His books are so spooky.
Well, you know, Santa, R.L. Stine is coming here to the main library in February.
You're kidding.
No, she's not kidding. He's going to be here for the Jack's Book Fest on February 23rd. He's our featured author.
No way. Oh my gosh, Jenna, if I come down from the North Pole to the Jack's Book Fest in February, do you think you could introduce me to R.L. Stine?
I mean, I don't know.
What? Why not?
I mean, not to brag, Santa, but R.L. Stine's a pretty big deal. He's like way famous.
Well, I mean, I am too, you know. I am Santa.
Oh, he has a point, Jenna.
All right, sure. Come down to Jack's on February 23rd, and we'll make sure you get you a signed copy.
Oh, that would be grand. Thank you.
Is Mrs. Claus an R.L. Stine fan too?
Mrs. Claus has a very sophisticated taste in literature. Her favorite author is Charles Dickens.
So what's her favorite book then? A Christmas Carol?
Yes, actually. How did you know?
Okay, now we have one last question for you, Santa, and we ask this one at the end of all of our interviews.
All right, shoot.
When you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I'm really glad you asked that. No one ever asked me that.
Really? Why not?
Well, everyone just assumes I've always been Santa Claus, but I haven't.
So what came before Santa Claus?
I really, really wanted to design roller coasters.
No way!
You're like the fourth person who's come on our show and said that.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
But did those other people wind up being Santa?
I mean, there can only be one Santa. And again, we really appreciate your time today. I know you need to get back up to the North Pole to get ready for the big day, but happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays to you both. And to all your listeners, I'll see you soon. Or at least I'll see your chimney soon. That is, if you've been good.
And as a common courtesy to Santa, everyone, please remember to put out the fire in your fireplace on Christmas Eve.
Oh, yes, that definitely helps.
Thanks a bunch, Santa.
My pleasure. All right, Rudolph, let's hit the road. Ho, ho, ho.
What a Christmas Eve treat, you guys. That was so fun.
I know, even better than cookies and candy and all of the delicious, scrumptious Christmas treats.
I don't know about that, but yes,
Fruitcake. Better than fruitcake.
It was definitely better than fruitcake,
Yeah.
for sure.
Most things are.
For sure.
For sure. But, oh, Santa, what a guy.
What a guy. He was fabulous. And if you want to, catch up on some of Santa's favorite reads, you can do that at the library, obviously. And in case you missed last week's episode, we talked about the best books of 2018. So don't forget to go back and check that out. We have all of them linked on our podcast page.
We are closed. The library, that is closed for regular business until December 26th when we'll reopen. And you can come check out some of Santa's favorite books then.
Mm-hmm. But of course, we are always open 24/7 online, our digital collection.
That's at jackspubliclibrary.org. And please visit our podcast page while you're there on the interwebs, jackspubliclibrary.org/podcast.
Yes, and on that page as well, we have a survey. If you have suggestions of guests or some other things you want us to talk about, you can let us know. It's on the right-hand side of our podcast page. It says, "Take our survey!" !
While you're at it, folks, make sure you subscribe to our show, and we'd love it if you rated us and left us a review.
You can also connect with us at Jack's Library on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
We have a new video series up on our Facebook page, so while you're liking our Facebook page, please check it out. It's called What You Readin'?
It's fabulous. Everyone should go watch it for sure. And let us know what you're reading.
It also has a really excellent jingle. Jingle.
Yep.
Jingle.
It jangles.
Yes.
Listen to it.
Jingle, jangle, jingle.
Jingle bells, jingle bells.
Those are Christmas songs.
Yes.
Happy holidays from all of us at Jacksonville Public Library.
Yes, we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for using the library.
Yes, indeed. Keep us employed. This podcast was produced by Brian Thomas, a.k.a. BT, a.k.a. Producer Brian. Merry Christmas to all.
And to all, a good night.